Captain Visor Ace, here to bring you yet another Bleach chapter review. We live action, you already know what it is. Bleach chapter 656 titled God of Thunder. Or Thor, or whatever. This chapter of Bleach, see last week, my review, Bleach chapter 655, I said I can't wait until this chapter. I can't wait because I know it's just gonna deliver. And it really did deliver, but at the same time, there were things in this chapter that just bothered me. It really did, but let's talk about the shock value. Of course, we see Gerard Valkyrie, Starlight M. the Mercy. The miracle, damn, I said it again. You know what, for the rest of this review, I would not say the Mercy. You know what, I'm not even just going to say his script letter. I'm just going to say his name. Gerard, you see, he's just walking around and asking LeVar, this idiot, goes to this long, good, shocking explanation of things. Of course, the elite guards of Juha, he goes on to talk about how Lyle, of course, he was the first one to receive the power from Juha, so that's why he was the leader, of the small group. But the thing is, Pernida, Star Knight C, and Gerard, those two are part of the Soul King. We all know about that with Star Knight C. But Star Knight M, Gerard, or Gerard, whichever one you want to call him, he is the heart of the Soul King. I'm like, where did this come from? Again, no foreshadowing at all. That's not the thing here. The thing is, yes, we all wondered, including me, okay, what about the legs of the Soul King? The legs, that's the next thing I was wondering about. But now we're going to internal organs now, so he's the heart? So I guess there's someone walking around, that's the brain, that's the kidneys, the liver, the spleen, the stomach. This has to be, honestly, this has to be the biggest surprise for Bleach. It's rather that or the right hand, Mimihagi, with Ukitake. It's a lot of things. I may do a video like the most shocking revelations of Bleach of 2015. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I said, wait a minute. Let me run that back. I reread it again. I looked at it. I read different versions. I'm thinking, like, am I crazy? And people were hitting me up on Facebook like, Ace, can you believe this? Captain, can you believe this? I'm like, yeah, that's how I know I'm not going crazy. But after the whole long explanation, oh yeah, he goes on to say, seeing as how they are Quincy's who already had their powers, he only gave them a script as recognition for their status. So, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't have to give them powers. He just gave them the letter. Oh, okay, you're the heart, you're the left hand. Here, bam, bam. But I'm pretty sure he increased their powers somewhat, in some way, shape, or form. I don't know, he probably didn't. But after that explanation, we see, oh, who was asking LeVar talking to? Ichigo, that's right. But a laid out Ichigo. Ichigo, my boy, just laid out. I'm thinking to myself, like, why? I'm just hella frustrated with this. For so long, through YouTube, Facebook, in person, I brought up good, defensive, justifiable things with Ichigo. But this, I'm like, come on, man. Come on, you always want to punk my boy. This time, I can't justify this. Like, come on, man. I get it. Asking LeVar, he went on to explain his abilities. And it seemed very effective. I get that. But we see Chad or Orihime jump in. We see Chad. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Ichigo's down. Now, Chad, he's going to get some good page time, some screen time. He comes in with the attack. I'm like, all right, here we go. Punches the ground. Makes, the environmental damage, even though I thought it'd be a little bit bigger than what it was since he went through his training. And then he was down. He can't move. As LeVar goes on to explain his ability, basically the poison pool. He can lower the resistance of If anything, he chooses that he consumes or absorbs or that he's able to control. And in this case, he chose Reishi. And right there in the War Well, since the Reishi density is very powerful, when he lowered the resistance of their Reishi, it was just like, you know, like he lowered the Reishi tolerance. They just overwhelmed. They were basically stunned and paralyzed, couldn't move. You know, he could explain how he can do that with blood, the way he did that with Oetsu. But we see the way Oetsu countered that. So I was kind of thinking if there's a way Chad or Hime and Ichigo could counter this. But, and he said he would have chose to drink more blood, but they say he was still full off espresso and lattes. I'm like, this guy, man. But I will admit, this chapter, this is the most that I found Asking LeVar the most interesting, you know, because the other times you heard me say before, I don't care about this guy, he's a nut, he's a clown. But this guy dropped my boy Grimmjow, dropped my boy Ichigo. But we see, of course, Yoruichi. Now, every time Yoruichi shows up, she's never disappointed me. From the first time they showed her up to now, she has never disappointed me. You know what? I put her above Halibel because Halibel never even won a fight, to my knowledge. If you really think about what has Halibel really done, I mean, it was impressive she was taking on Hiyori, Toshiro, and Lisa all at the same time. Yes, that was pretty cool, but other than that, whatever. So, my favorite part that Yoruichi did, of course. Well, no, I can't say my favorite part. The one part that was really sweet to me was when Asking LeVar, and I like his bow, by the way. The wrist bow has that kind of tech bow look to it. He shot the 2 arrows. She dodges one, grabs an arrow, spin around, bam, throws it right back at him. I love that. I remember Ichigo did that. You know, he grabbed the arrow, threw it back. I love it when people take a projectile of their enemy and rather just break it down or keep it or do whatever or throw it back. I love that. And we see that's what Yoruichi did, and she goes on to do, I believe, a new attack, an upgraded attack, the Shunko. What did she do? The Shunko Rajin Senkei, I believe that's what it is. But when I seen that word Senkei, I'm like, Senkei, you know, Byakuya, that's what I was thinking. And we see the new pattern, the design, the way it looks. And I like how it's just not the same version of it. It's a stronger, better version. It shows she's getting stronger. It shows the results of her training. You know, I'm pretty sure she did training for this. And we see a massive thunderbolt strike Asking LeVar. And now it's the end of the chapter. Do I think he's dead? No. I do not think he's dead. But let's take it back to Ichigo, alright? And this whole thing was Kubo. This is what I realized with the chapter. Okay, this is the only thing I could really think of. First, I'm like, come on, man. This Ichigo, full training, upgrades, everything. Like, that pool. Maybe Ichigo didn't think nothing of it. He went to dash at Asking LeVar, and he realized, oh, snap, damn, why do I feel like this? Bam, I'm down and out. But I'm thinking, like, was all of this just were Chad or Hime and Ichigo, excuse me, as usual, used to be set up as a bait to explain the enemy's ability? Because we see this could have been used, I'd rather this have been used on Grimmjow, and then he goes on to take on Chad or Hime and Ichigo all at the same time. To me, I thought that would have been impressive. This would have been a good opportunity to show the the skills of Chad or Ichigo, and to show how powerful Asking LeVar really is. Even though he's not really a fighter like he said, he's still an elite guard of Juha. But to be able to take on a full-powered Ichigo and a Chad at the same time, I don't know, that's something that's a little bit extreme, but at the same time, not so extreme. But even if he was to just do that on Ichigo, that's fine. This could have been the perfect opportunity to show the progression of Chad. And at the same time, I'm not too surprised. I remember he was doing training during a captain's table video, which, you know, the next one will be next year. During a captain's table video, I remember telling Charles that, look, man, Orihime and Chad, that's cool, they're doing their training, but at the same time, it's seeming that it's irrelevant because they're a Hueco Mundo. Number one, you're training against one species, gonna fight up against the next. Okay, maybe you're Hueco Mundo, you're fighting run-of-the-mill Hollows, Gillians, and Hoochas, maybe Vasto Lourdes, who knows? I doubt it, but whatever. Even still, you can't apply those training tactics to a Quincy, yet alone a Star Knight, yet alone an elite guard of Juha Bach. I mean, so this could have been the perfect time though to at least show like true effectiveness of this, but not him just go in the air, set an aim of attack, and miss and hit the ground. This could have been a perfect opportunity. I feel Chad's character is done. Unless there's going to be a giant, massive group effort to take down Juha. Because I still don't know what's left for the Fullbringers to fight. We haven't seen, oh yeah, he may join in the fray. What's his name? Damn. I'm drawing a blank. Ichigo's cousin. He does a seppa with the sand. Ganju, yeah, him, that motivator. He may jump in with this because he's nowhere to be seen. But and the whole shot just looked pathetic, man. You see Ichigo just right there. I'm like, come on, man. So Ichigo gets punked. Chad gets punked. Or he may. I don't care nothing about her. You can call it for what you want. It was just set up writing, like I said, you know. Let me use the Chad and Ichigo or Hime to show what his true extent of one of his abilities. Of course, then yeah, I know he's still gonna activate his vote standing. But the Star Knight M, the heart. Again, we have more things revealed, which opens up more questions. The limbs, first I thought it was just limited to the limbs being hacked off. I'm wondering who hacked off the limbs, how, and when they got separated, you know. And now we got the heart. If we didn't even see where there was some type of split or something that escaped and then it just closed. We didn't see no type of markings or any signs or indication that this was taken out of him. This is how I know Bleach will forever be full of surprises. When I first seen that guy, no one had any idea. It kind of makes sense there was no hint or foreshadow. No, I'll take that back. Even if it was to be, even if Juha said, even my father's heart is out there, along with the other limbs, I wouldn't have thought it was Star Knight M. Because someone can make a good guess, oh, if Star Knight C was a limb, then maybe one of the rest of the Star Knights is a heart. Someone can make that good guess, but see, Star Knight C, that was the left hand, looked very mysterious. You know, the hood and the blackness in the eyes, so that could be a good guess. But Gerard Valkyrie? This Valkyrie Thor looking motivator, the heart? But overall, I enjoyed the pacing of the chapter. It seemed lengthy. Naturally good. The reason why I never say good artwork, that goes without saying. This is Kubo. So it seems lengthy. Like the pacing, good revelations. It was unfortunate the way Chad and Ichigo got done in, you know, but I don't know. But next week chapter, oh yeah, it's good that Yoruichi got some screen time showing that she's progressed. Maybe this would be a chance to show her Shikai, I don't know, but you know, you just gotta give props to Yoruichi making it this far without her Zanpakuto throughout the series. But one last thing before I wrap up this review, I think if she doesn't beat Asuka and Naklavara, the next contestants for him, maybe if it be a group effort or not, will be Urahara and Gaju. Those two will step into the fray. And maybe this would be a perfect chance for Urahara to show his Bunkai. But other than that, I enjoyed the chapter. It was a very good chapter in my book, so I liked it through and through. So I'll see you all next week for Bleach chapter 657, signing out.